Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Patriots going up against the Dolphins. So for the call of this Week 13 matchup, let's bring in our commentary team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in one of America's finest cities, Miami, Florida. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Looking to throw. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. They go play action here on first down. Finding time. And his first look is incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Backing up. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. The way the game's played now, you almost can take position affiliations off of guys. He may have been a running back, but they count on him to be a receiver and catch that football.
But he could not catch it. A big drop on 3rd down. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw here. And this is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. deep in their own territory. They look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's out of bounds, able to get it up right near the 25 to the 24.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Set. 3-19.
They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. 3 yards left to grab here on third down. They come out here in the
Let's
eye.
go. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On the give, this is their fullback. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Ten yards still left on second down.
Cut in left. 4 down. 4 down. Set. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's second down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
Let's go.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Leopard. Leopard. Here we go now. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 5th. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll come out in the pistol. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the Dolphins defensive unit now. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe
about
you didn't
it.
like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. 99 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And let's shift now to talking about the Patriots defense. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over. Because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now, will they keep that confidence? Time to find out. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Let's go. Blue line it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And some room to work.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense. Still third down.
Let's go! No. Check. Patriot! Good! Good! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now back to throw. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Now the former Utah man, this is Devontae Booker. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. One quarter down. It's a close game here early on. And we'll be back to South Florida after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And taken at the 46. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Defense. The penalties decline.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on 1st down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come up in an offset eye. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Detroit! Detroit!
One receiver left, two to the right.
Detroit! Here we go now. Green, 30.
Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
This will be caught at about the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here we go.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And from the 1-yard line, they didn't try and reinvent the wheel, do anything cute. They just gave it to the big back.
You almost get the sense that if you can't get it in from the 1-yard line with your big guy carrying the football, you'll question yourself the rest of the day. They got it done.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. No gain, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
To throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Well, they'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be first down, New England.
Oh, Brandon, this one hurts my heart as a former defensive back. Out in the open field, you've got a chance to get down this receiver. Instead, he breaks through you. You'll hear about this in the film room and from your teammates.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
False start. offense. Still third down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They slot Gronkowski out right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Marvin Lewis sends on the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking middle, and that's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Well, thank you.
Let's go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They come out here in the I.
Just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
He'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Their big tight end as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And that makes it 14-10. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And they'll go on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you up to Orlando. And with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Dolphins are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Patriots just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. 3rd down from inside the 30. Defense will win the battle and get the sack. This one ends up as a loss of 11. Moving to late in the first quarter. It's going to be a run play here, and he'll take this 99 yards for the score. The Pats is up now by 7. Offense on the field now after the fumble. Handoff and run goes up the middle. He caps off the 7-play drive with a score. Dolphins tied up at 7. Now to late in the first half. Quick pass is complete, and this play will go for 6. The lead grows to 4. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando for the call of the second half. handed back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Their dangerous wide receiver, 101 yards. And the Patriots have retaken the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So he takes it from 2 yards deep all the way down the field into the other end zone. Add it all up, a 102-yard return on the kickoff. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at his 4. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
2nd down, just 1 yard to go. Up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
Here we go now. No. Check, Patriot. No. Check, Patriot. Here we go.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Watch it now, Barney.
One receiver left, two to the right. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
An extra corner on the field for New England here on 3rd down.
Yeah, another DB. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Now the try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A chance for us to get a glance at this Patriots defense. They've got the lead on the scoreboard. And just speaking of the scoreboard, forget it. When you're leading, whether the defense has given up 0 points or 30 points in that first half, is your coordinator a little more happy going into half 2 regardless?
It allows them to do a few more things because of what you just said. You're winning, so now they can get on you a little bit more if they want to. They can make the changes that they want and feel like everyone's locked in, because when you're winning, your attention is usually focused pretty well on your team.
They've got the lead right now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. Now 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback,
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And I guess, partner, you call that a coverage sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
Taking it about the 36. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again. Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Stiff-armed him. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Back to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Extra point forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They come out here in the eye. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of...
It's a 3rd down situation in the 4th quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Whenever...
Try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him,
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New England, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.